What's going on, guys? JSGC Vlogs here, and I'm here for another video. I'm in my hotel room. We're speaking about Las Vegas, and as promised in my last video, I said I'd be talking about our trip to the Grand Canyon and also our helicopter tour with Maverick Airlines. So this is the video where I'm going to be giving you all of the details, including price and what to expect on the day. So we're going to crack on with this. So first things first, everyone wants to know how much did it cost. Well, it was booked through Maverick Airlines and it's cost $389 US each. Not a bad price. That's including your flight to the Grand Canyon return plus hotel pickup, and also hotel pickup and return and flight in the helicopter for 13 minutes at night. So it's not a bad price. As always, as stated on many of my videos, make sure if you're on the My Vegas app that you do collect as many gold coins as possible so you can play it on games online like Facebook. You can also download it onto your phone and be able to play and collect coins that way. The more coins you collect, you can exchange them for rewards, and Maverick Airlines is on there, so you may be able to get some discount or some things for free, including picture frames and getting your pictures taken and then printed for free, and so it's well worth checking out. We did that, and so it's well worth it. So we'll go start first with what we did first in the day, which was the Grand Canyon. Started very early our day. We got picked up nice and early. I think it was around 6:40 AM we got picked up. There was a bus waiting outside of our hotel, so we just hopped onto the bus, made our way over to Henderson Airport. It goes by over hotels, by the way, so do give it a bit of time, but we headed over to Henderson Airport, which I think is south of Las Vegas, and once we got there, we had to check in. So your name was called for your party, so say if we travelled with 3 of us, so the main person got called, all 3 of us go up. On there you'll stand on a silver plaque, is what it looks like on the floor. That's actually a weighing scale, and the weigh from there. You don't actually see how much you weigh, by the way, so if you're self-conscious about that, you don't have to worry about that. But what they'll do is they'll use it to balance up the plane. So say if you're traveling with 2, you might be one person sat on this side of the plane and the other sat on the other. Now if you've watched my video, you'll know that the plane is seated as like 1 seat on per side of the plane, basically. If you've ever watched Batman Dark Knight Rises, right at the beginning on the plane scene, the plane splits in half and you see the seats, so single file basically on one side and single file on the other, and that's how this plane was also shaped. I'm not sure if I picked it up clearly on the camera footage or not, but I try my best to try and show you the inside of the plane, the interior, and what it looks like, and you can see into the cockpit too, so it is nice to be able to see things. And I will add, a very scenic flight. The flight's meant to take 45 minutes. Going out it took closer to 35 minutes, not 45 minutes, and coming back it was very close to being 45 minutes. So it all depends on your wind direction. If you're sat, I think it's on the left hand side of the plane, then you may well be able to see the Hoover Dam. We didn't have that much of a clear view of it. We've got a nice view of the bridge, which is right before the Hoover Dam, but seeing the dam itself wasn't all that clear, so being able to pick that up on camera was extremely difficult. I did try, but I don't think I picked it up that well, so apologies for that. But the flight, basically just flying through the desert, might pick up a bit of turbulence as you go over the hills and mountains towards the Grand Canyon South Rim. But all in all, a very nice, pleasant flight. It is a propeller plane. I had a little bit of a fear of these light aircrafts and propeller planes. Nothing to worry about. A very enjoyable flight, in my opinion. So kudos to the 2 captains on the plane and getting us there nice and safe and back. Once we got to the Grand Canyon Airport, it lands at a place called Tucson, I think it's pronounced, not to be confused with Tucson or something along them lines. When you get picked up, there's a bus already waiting for you there. It was called a trolley for some reason. I don't know whether that's what they call it over here in the United States of America or not, or whether it was being sarcastic. I couldn't quite tell. But on the bus, it then takes you via like a little lobby area where you go to be able to use the restroom and things like that before getting back onto the bus, and it takes you then to the first place, which is Mayfair Point. I hope that's how it's pronounced, at the south rim of the Grand Canyon. So everything's included in your tour. It's not a guided tour though. You'll be told information whilst on the bus, but once you've been dropped off, you do have roughly around 50 minutes to an hour at Mayfair Point for you to be able to explore, get your pictures. There's restrooms there too. There's also an information centre for you to go and explore with some lovely views, and it is nice to go and see the Grand Canyon. It might sound a bit rushed, so if you're wanting to like drive there, then you're looking at a 4 or 5 hour drive. You can stay there. He was saying though, the tour guide, that if you are there, you're going to have to book a year and a half in advance if you're wanting to stay overnight there. there, so that's how much preparation is needed for a trip like this. Apparently they get millions upon millions of visitors per year. The traffic, the longer it goes into the day, does get quite busy when trying to get into the canyon because they do security checks, so that's worthwhile bearing in mind. So my recommendation, do it earlier. It's also nice and cool earlier when you do it because it does get a little bit warm, particularly in the summer months, but it isn't anywhere near as warm as what Las Vegas gets. I mean, Las Vegas you're looking at 30, 40, 45 degrees, so I imagine the canyon you might be looking at 20 to 30 degrees, which is what it was when we were there, 22 degrees, which was nice and comfortable, a bit cooler than what it is in Vegas. We took pants, took walking boots, make sure you pack also some kind of jacket or something like that. Might not necessarily be needed, we didn't really need them, but it's best to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it, if you know what I mean. And so there you go, that's my recommendation. Now once you've left Maver Point, you get back onto the bus, you'll be picked up again, and when you've been picked up this time you'll be taken to a lodge, Bright Angel Lodge, which is a nice lodge. It's got a gift shop in there, by the way, and you'll be given a free lunch which is included in your tour package. In the free lunch, I did try and show you again on camera, you get some ready salted crisps, which is called Original over here in the United States, in a yellow package. You're also given a sandwich. Ours was a turkey sandwich with some lettuce in. You get given a sweet. I think there was a couple of cookies in there too, so all in all not too filling, but a nice little lunch and a nice little touch, and it does, you know, fill a gap, if you know what I mean. So from there you get to enjoy the views of the Grand Canyon once more. You may be joined by some squirrels. I think I saw about 3 whilst we were there, who obviously are getting fed by people even though you're not meant to, because otherwise they won't keep coming, and they did. So there we go. If you've got a fear of squirrels, run away. Then from there, once you've eaten your lunch, you get roughly about an hour at the lodge. It's nice. From the lodge you get back onto the trolley and you get taken back to the Grand Canyon Airport, where once again you board the plane. And once you've boarded the plane, you'll land back in Las Vegas, and then you just leave. When you get to the check-in area, the lobby area, back at Henderson Airport, they've got a photograph area where they do take photographs, so you'll be able to buy them. Obviously, like I said, My Vegas app, use them, you might be able to pick up some free photographs and frames and things like that, so yeah, well worth checking that out. Was taking them back to our hotel from Henderson Airport back to Las Vegas. All in all, we're looking at a time 6:40. We ended up being back by 1:30, and so when it takes 4 or 5 hours to drive, the fact that we've done our day I think in roughly, near enough 7 hours, I think is marvellous. We ended up travelling to the Grand Canyon, seeing everything and doing everything in 7 hours, and fully recommended. You can also do helicopter tours at the Grand Canyon too with Maverick Airlines. I don't know how much it cost because I didn't do it. Some people in the tour party did do it though. I presume that the flight must have been similar to what our flight was at Las Vegas, of around 13 minutes, because they weren't too far behind from where we were. Now, into the evening, we ended up getting picked up at 8:40 from our hotel again by Maverick Airlines, this time in a funky looking party bus, but it's not a party bus. Anyway, we get taken this time not to Henderson Airport but to the helipad, which is right next to the McCarran International Airport, so not as long a journey. And you get there, again your name gets read out for your party leader, your party goes up, you get weighed, you get given your boarding card, then you sit down and get weighed to call over, and they're normally colour coded. And once you've been colour coded, you end up talking with the pilot, giving a brief safety briefing. You get taken over to your helicopter where you'll be seated somewhere. Now, when you get seated to your plane, our party managed to stay together, which is good. I've heard other stories where people haven't. They're just trying to balance it out and weigh it, don't take it too personally. And the same again for the helicopter. Your party might not be kept in. It might be, it might not be, just roughly how it goes. But the flight's only 13 minutes and you get a nice view in the helicopter. And you've got a strap that goes around your waist, and 2 that go over your shoulder. The ones that went on my shoulders end up digging into my neck. So I try and pull them apart when you're doing the helicopter. It's loud in there, so you get given a headset. You got a microphone as well to communicate, but we didn't do much communication. Flight itself, very good. Was 13 minutes. I've already shown you the video on what it was like. A very entertaining flight with some lovely views of the Las Vegas Strip. Highly recommended at night. I don't know what it's like in the daytime. I have been up to some of the observation decks, particularly at the Stratosphere during the day. I would say that the views are a lot better at night. If you can catch it on sunset, that would be absolutely perfect, wouldn't it? You get the Las Vegas Strip lighting up in front of your eyes. Oh, it's just scenic, it's beautiful. And as I was just going on the helicopter ride it goes round the strip this way and then back down. So it heads up from Mandalay Bay up to the stratosphere, uses the stratosphere as like its little coordination point to turn around and head back down. And as we headed down past the Bellagio Hotel, we saw the fountain of Bellagio going up. That was absolutely incredible and worth every single penny. We ended up having a nice landing, and also we picked up a free photo again for the helicopter. So all in all, absolutely brilliant. Highly recommend Maverick Airlines. Very punctual, very safe, very good in my opinion. Tour guides were excellent, the pilots were excellent, the captains were excellent, the helicopter ride was excellent, the person driving the helicopter was excellent. Everything was excellent and highly recommended. And so if you're thinking about doing it, do it. There's my recommendation. So I hope you enjoyed the video. That's all the details. If you've got any more questions, just let me know in the comments below and I will reply, and I'll tell you anything that you need to know if you are watching. Once again, thank you for watching, everyone. If you're new around here, make sure you leave a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed this video. It really helps out my videos to push the algorithm up to make them more popular. Obviously, the more popular videos are, the more my channel grows. It helps me out a lot. If you enjoying the content and you're enjoying the videos, and we've got more Las Vegas videos coming up, by the way, then make sure you do press the subscribe button and press the bell to put your notifications on to be notified when I've uploaded. And also don't forget, you can check out my social media links, my Twitter and Instagram, which is in the description below if you want to go and follow me on there, and check out my pictures in particular of on Instagram, because I do a lot of the traveling pictures on there. So if you want to go and check them out, then feel free, you can do. Links to them in the description below, and I'll see you all again for the next video. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace. Ciao for now.